This reminds me, and I don't know if this is a spoof. How long ago is this? Do you remember? Is this 2017? Do you remember these commercials? Is this what he's like kind of spoofing or doing a parody of these? I think it was like football, soccer commercials where they're like training or like exercising, doing something crazy. I can't think of it. And I have these drums like dun 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 dun, you know? Yeah. It's a parody of this commercial that I can't quite see clearly in my head. I understand I know what he's doing though.
Sehr geehrter K, lieber netter Versuch, kritische Texte, Weltverbesserer Blues, du denkst, du gibst dem System eine Reparatur, unterschätzt aber nur das Gesetz der Natur, denn...
So, sehr geehrte, I like that. Obviously, in my German courses, they train you for, or I was training for the college entry exams, and we just wrote letters all the time and emails, and we'd always have to learn how to say sehr geehrte. Yeah, I'm gonna need lyrics for sure. He says sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, or sehr geehrte Redakteur. No, I'm not from Germany. I'm from USA. Can't you tell? Where are you from, Ola? Alligator. Damn, I can't type today. What's it called? Music is, yeah. Poland. Oh, cool. I actually, in my German class, I was taking in Cologne, in Köln. I met a Polish girl. Very, very sweet. So she did, let's say she did a good job for you, because the only Polish, actually I knew another Polish girl in high school. So, fair to say that I've had good experiences. Where is this? Oh, it's at the end here. Okay, genius. Wow. So, I guess we'll just do it like this. Kurwa. Would you say kurwa? Nice word. What does that kurwa mean?
Sehr geehrter K, lieber netter Versuch, kritische Texte, Weltverbesserer Blues, du denkst, du gibst dem System eine Reparatur, unterschätzt aber nur das Gesetz der Natur, denn wir kommen mit...
Du denkst, du gibst dem System eine Reparatur, unterschätzt dabei nur das Gesetz der Natur. So, he's talking about like, music is kind of Lösung. He's talking about how you think that you're so talented and artistic when you're putting out this self-righteous music that you believe is changing the world. I guess kritische Texte, Weltverbesserer Blues. Yeah. Maybe is this a self-critique? Maybe just talking about like his. There's so much shit to read here.
Kohlekraft im Monopol der Macht mit Munition, oh Maß durch Korruption ergattert im Logenplatz. Du kommst mit Notenblatt, wir haben uns totgelacht. Guck mal, David gegen Goliath, das aus einem Märchenbuch voller erlogenem Quatsch, bevor du Feuer...
Dude, what a crazy collection of instruments right now. Kohlekraftwerke. This is coal. As you guys know, America is the only country to figure out clean coal, thanks to Trump. So we have a lot of clean coal plants here. Machtmonopoly and corruption, of course. Yeah, the system of the few, but the powerful that control gas, oil, energy, and then munitions. So, looks like a socio-political critique, or those who are the critics of these topics.
Bei der Generation entfasst fahren wir Hovercraft durch eine Mondlandschaft. Ein Antikriegsklangerzeugnis.
Wait, I gotta see that again. What do you say?
Das aus einem Märchenbuch voller erlogenem Quatsch, bevor du Feuer. Bei der Generation entfasst fahren wir Hovercraft durch eine Mondlandschaft. Ein Antikriegsklangerzeugnis. Ganz was Neues, John.
Es ist, okay, so ein Antikriegsklangverzeugnis. Ganz was Neues. John Lennon hat das schon in den 70ern gemacht und dann hat ja richtig was gebracht. So saying, yeah, John Lennon did this and he was killed, shot and killed, which honestly, it's not fair because he wasn't killed for his message, for his meaning. Munchausen. Yeah, man. This is, yeah, this shit's deep, man. Let me just do a quick look here. Wer verbessert Blues? It's almost like... it's like he's celebrating the people who dream of using music as this like world-changing device. He's celebrating them, but in a way making fun of them so they maybe do it better. Because he's saying, like, you know, currently people focus so much on music and it becomes like this self-righteous act, and it's almost like now you have things like what, you know, people say virtual signaling, like you make songs about climate and this and that, but you don't, in reality, you don't do shit to help because it's but I don't know. Well, of course, music spreads awareness. There's a lot of things that I don't know how to interpret this at the moment.
Lennon hat das schon in den 70ern gemacht, hat ja richtig was gebracht. Du machst ein Lied gegen die gemeine Welt und in China hat gerade jemand Reis bestellt. Dann kommt der Krieg wieder, dann begreifst du schnell, Musik ist keine Lösung.
Nice. So this is like the prototypical ALLIGATOAH villain I'm noticing, because we saw a very similar character with the top hat, maybe a little more exaggerated in Nachbeben, similar shirt and tie. And yes, Adrian, we're gonna get to Johnny Dixon for sure, buddy. Kommt der Krieg wieder, dann begreifst du schnell. So yeah, man, I still don't understand. Like, he's obviously a guy who's passionate about making music that spreads awareness for issues very important to the world. And I don't know if he's being sarcastic or ironic or... Dann ist nicht ausreichend, dies zu bekämpfen. Lieder, die zum Frieden aufrufen, helfen, den Nicht-Krieg dauerhaft zu bekämpfen. So, thematisch zu Aussagen dieser Zeile und zu das gesamte Liedes passt folgendes. Die schönsten Wörter sind nicht wert, wenn keine Taten folgen. Gotcha. So if you're going to spread... I love those little emojis. What are you getting tired down there, Ola? I see what he's saying now. He's saying, like, you can spread awareness and talk, but if you don't have any action, it's no solution in and of itself.
Löst bei ihnen Hoffnung aus. Heute hebt das Festival gesorgt die Faust, aber morgen wachen sie in ihrer Kotze auf. Musik ist keine Lösung.
Interesting. Very interesting. I like it so far.
Was willst du? Menschen mit deinen Liedern tragen? Von der schiefen Bahn zur Zivilcourage? Über allen Krisenstaaten, Friedensfarben? Willst du noch eine Niere haben? Denkst du, du bist jetzt die Stimme der Gesellschaft? Die finden dich so lange cool, bis du Geld hast. Vielleicht wirst du von manchen für den mutigen Schritt geliebt. Andere sagen...
Nice, so he's saying, like, what do you want? That, like, Menschen mit deinem Lieder tragen von der schiefen Bahn zu Zivilcourage. So he's like, what do you... If you're self-reflecting and or if you're thinking deeply enough about what you're actually saying, you're trying to inspire reaction. And what would that reaction look like? Would it result in like a civil uproar, like the people from the just like mobilizing on the streets and walking to the, you know, to the trains and, you know, forcing some sort of yeah, like you said, crisis, Friedensfahnen, which. It's so funny because the way that what he's saying is, it sounds like something he would totally disagree with, and so that either I don't understand what he is saying, Big Fudge, if you could help me, that'd be nice, or I don't understand him as well as I thought I did. I don't know.
Der will doch nur gute Publicity, nein, es ist nicht leicht, du musst Gegenwind verkraften. Zweifelhafte Leute aus der falschen Ecke werden.
He's signing the helmet. Yeah, he's signing a Nazi helmet.
Für die nächste Single
so funny.
Klatschen, zum Beispiel anzugetarnte, rechtsextrem gesinnte Spasten, die dein Video posten, weil sie kalkulierte Jagd auf jugendliche Wählerstimmen machen. Klar, denn keiner versteht deine Texte nach einer Jeberpalette. Du hast mehr Schnapsleichen auf dem Gewissen als Leben gerettet.
So, I think he's maybe I don't know. Like, is he coming from a pessimistic point of view of the guy who used to be young and like ambitious and thought that his music was gonna like cleanse the world of its sins, and now he's realizing that it doesn't, and he's maybe giving a warning to the younger artists that are coming up and think they're gonna do the same thing and they're just gonna waste their time. I don't know.
Die Satire wirst du schwer im Dorf erläutern, es sind Perlen vor die Säufer. Schenkt den Menschen Botschaften und dein Temperament. Sie werden nur darüber streiten, wer dich länger kennt. Glaubt man nicht, dass da irgendetwas hängen bleibt, außer dem Download der MP3. Du machst ein Lied gegen die...
Wow, I mean, you see every line is annotated here. I obviously, if we were to go through and analyze or translate, interpret, it would take a lot of time. I would be sure to do that. Just can't do that in today's stream. However, Big Fudge, Mr. Big Fudge, since this was your recommendation, and I have been looking closely at some of the recent ALLIGATOAH releases, I think a stream for ALLIGATOAH only is due because of the album that's coming, and I'm really kind of just sick of some of the mainstream music that's coming out. It's just not good. Nothing is exciting me anymore outside of the artists that I really like ALLIGATOAH, maybe some Kollega. So yeah, we might do a ALLIGATOAH stream in the future. But you're saying these songs don't always reflect his opinions. He plays terrorists, as he calls them, that always exaggerate whatever they're doing. Either it's the guy that tries to sue everyone or the guy that litters everywhere. Okay. Huh.
Die gemeine Welt und in China hat gerade jemand Reis bestellt. Dann kommt der Krieg wieder, dann begreifst du schnell.
So. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Like, it is very like the view that because he has two point of views, right? He has the protagonist, I guess, is the artist, at least in the video, but it's being narrated by the antagonist, which would be this kind of like cynical man, maybe the mature ALLIGATOAH, or his consciousness, or whatever how he's trying to represent his ideas here. And so you have these two ideas, schools of thoughts, we'll call them, conflicting with one another, and one is self-righteous and obsessed with being, virtuous and maybe saving the world, and then, as you see, just as a real result, the only actions that do come is he's getting laid. He's having sex with some groupie, which is like, are you really about what you're saying, or are you dramatic for attention, or are you really passionate about what you're saying? And then, of course, you have this other end of the spectrum where the antagonist is saying, or the antagonist is saying, no matter what you do, your music is not going to do anything because you have these like monopolies, you have these powerful people that honestly are going to control the world whether you make a song or not. And that's what, as you say, that's like very sad reality. I've realized that recently, just getting older, paying attention to more politics. It's a sad truth that very, very many of us have very little to do with the outcome of our society. Well, let's keep going. We'll talk maybe later about that.
Musik ist keine Lösung. Die Melodie löst bei ihnen Hoffnung aus. Heute hebt das Festival gesorgt die Faust, aber morgen wachen sie in ihrer Kotze auf.
But I love his almost like a Broadway approach. He's got this like musical blues approach in this song, but I know in other songs it's like he's musically homeless. I'm sorry, he's categorically homeless. It's every time I listen to a song from him, I'm very, very hard to pinpoint like what he's just an all around artist, right? He'll do like some rap. Nice spitting some bars like in this Regengrüne Top, whatever that crazy song was. And some bullshit like this. I'm not bullshit, but like it's like I really like it. It's like it's very interesting.
Musik ist keine Lösung. Wenn du alles so viel besser weißt, du Wunderknabe, warum sitzt du nicht im Bundestag? Hä? Hast dir gedacht, der Job als Protestsänger ist krisensicher? Doch wäre Weltfrieden, braucht man deine Lieder nicht mehr. Wenn man die Geiseln in Guantanamo befreit und das Weltklima wieder einen Status quo erreicht, muss...
So, yeah, dude. It's just a whole song against like the youthful, I'd say, naivete that is definitely propagated thoroughly through social media efforts recently in the last decade. We've seen a lot of people becoming extremely socially active, Just social justice warriors, which of course, you would argue they have very good intentions, but in reality, they're not really accomplishing much. They're kind of just creating a lot of noise and distraction, and so it's becomes counterproductive, depending on how you look at it. He's a Lady Gaga fan. That's interesting, and that does make sense.
Du sinkst dich in die Arbeitslosigkeit, gib es zu, du brauchst die Tränen, die Angst, die Hero-Junks, die Krebserkrankten, die Schlägerbanden, den Mädchenhandel, die Denunzianten von nebenan, die Militärtyrannen, die Hate-Kampagnen, die Karriereschlampen, die Laserschranken, die toxigenen Substanzen, die in den Meeren landen. Der Planet geht baden, doch wir gehen zusammen.
Wow. So, das... Protestsänger, ja. Du brauchst die Tränen, die Angst, die Hero-Junks, die Krebserkrankten, die Schlägerbanden, die Mädchenhanden, die Denunzianten von nebenan. It's like politische Verfolgung, besonders Nationalismus. Yeah, oh fuck, dude. It's too complicated right now.
Schenk dir ein und du siehst, dich bemerkt keiner. Das Glas ist halb leer, meist. Erlaubt den Zweifel deinen Kopf zu ficken, denn es steckt immer noch Mist in jedem Optimisten. Mach's. Zweifel deinen Kopf zu ficken,
denn es steckt immer noch Mist in jedem Optimisten. What does mist mean in German?
Immer noch Mist in jedem Optimisten, mach's wie wir. Uns ist die Schöpfung Latte, wenn Gott nur 7 Tage braucht, kann es ja öfters machen. Stampf Gitarre und schreib Fülle ein, du bist unbesiegbar. Durch Gleichgültigkeit, nichts ist mehr schlimm und verwerflich.
Yeah, this is some... Dude.
Nimm dir ein Zimmer mit Meerblick, während sich unten das Gesindel beerdigt. Gib die Menschheit, ich bin noch nicht fertig. Gib die Menschheit auf, Kaliber, du verschwendest deine Kunst. Sie wollen Änderung, doch sagen, ihre Hände werden gebunden, da sie dunkle Mächte lenken, Blasi quengeln wiederum.
Wow, dude. Interesting, man. He's gone in here. It's depressing thoughts. It's just kind of what I'm picking up. Of course, everything is annotated. Look at how... Jesus, this song deserves a video on its own.
Aber die Menschen sind nicht böse, die Menschen sind nur dumm.
Wow. So they're not evil, they're just dumb. Yeah, man. Wow. Yeah, man, think about that. If you think about the people that are evil or so like Putin right now may think he's doing some like holy Russian crusade to save this empire, and it's a just cause, and Putin is in his reality, the way he perceives the world is his own hero. Of course, he's probably highly narcissistic, but in his eyes, he's not an evil guy, but to us, he is, and he's honestly just, of course, it's funny how he says they're not evil, they're just dumb, because even if you do something, you say like Putin invading Ukraine was just dumb, but to him it was not dumb, and it's like you can't understand, like, to call someone dumb, it's like you're expecting them to, even if you called it to their faces, you told somebody in front of them that they were dumb, they would have to 100% understand your reality and the way you perceive everything. And I think there's too many of us on this planet, honestly, and we're a ticking time bomb. That's my honest opinion, and it's a very depressing one, but that's what I think. I think we can't coexist in large, overgrown, overpopulated cultures. You can't. It just doesn't work. And I don't know if we have to just like kind of create walls and just say like we'll split the world in half, but yeah, man, they simply don't know better. Yeah. All right, and then there's there are other arguments that would say Hitler and Putin were opportunists, and they claim to have been doing something righteous, and for what at the time could have been spun that way, but instead they were just obsessed with power. This is, of course, like a Machiavellian idea about like seizing power and the ways to do it. Very, very scary parallels between the Prince, Machiavelli, and the rise of the Nazi Third Reich. Very, very interesting. But yeah, man, this is a very thoughtful. I feel like I'd make an entire podcast off of this song. I really think it's a cool cool song. I appreciate the suggestion, man. And to top it all off, he has this chaotic drum, you know, instrumental. Just the conclusion that he arrived at. You know, he finally became this kind of... I'm cautious to say more mature, because I don't obviously, like, you know, if we're talking about the world leaders, they're mature. They're older and experienced. What is mature? It means like you've been around long enough. You've been exposed to things and ideas. It doesn't mean that you actually make the best decisions. But he has been transformed, and if so, maybe in a way radicalized towards like a more nihilistic, the world is going to end and we're just all along for the ride type of view. And it's so beautifully represented in just the music here.
Nur dumm.
Wow, yeah. He's turning into one of my favorite artists just because of the topics that he so elegantly tackles, because these are not easy to digest. These are not easy to explain. Yet he has elaborate rhyme schemes, vocabulary, musical, you know, compositions that are world class. Obviously, it's my appreciation grows for him every time I listen, and it also makes me upset that he's German, and I feel like, you know, we have a lot of artists in Germany and other developed nations, or even underdeveloped nations, that have kind of hidden gems that will never be discovered because it's just not, their language isn't accessible enough to the world. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm happy to appreciate it. I'm happy you guys share that with me, because, yeah, it's awesome, man.